Friday, a couple of light rain and snow showers are still possible, a little cooler. Gorgeous Saturday. Sunday, most of the day pretty nice. Maybe some late day light rain showers, but look, spring-like temperatures. And then seasonable temperatures early next week, Jackie.
Good for Easter Sunday there.
Yes.
Well, as you know, this week we are saying farewell to our chief meteorologist after almost 30 years here at News 4. He has decades of memories here, so do we, of course. But tonight we're asking, what are the biggest weather events that he will always remember?
There is cold air that's going to be rebuilding up there.
All right, you're on.
Across the years, meteorologist Don Paul has weathered every storm that has blown our way. But there are some extreme cases Don will always remember, extraordinary events, which called on him to become extraordinary.
And I opened the drapes, and you couldn't see across the street, just a whiteout. And of course, I went, yes!
Don was right on with the forecast for his first lake effect blizzard in Buffalo. For the blizzard of '85, he began his coverage working with me on a Saturday in a deserted airport wearing a borrowed hat.
And speaking of the weather, let's take you outside and give you a good taste of it, along with a man who is enjoying his first Buffalo winter. Here's meteorologist Don Paul, the man who predicted all of this. How does it feel, Don?
Jackie, predicting it is a lot more exciting and entertaining than experiencing it. This is my first lake effect blizzard, and although there is no official blizzard warning in effect, think of it as a blizzard. It's mere semantics.
This was the crippling storm that had Jimmy Griffin urging residents to grab a six-pack and stay home so that crews could clear the roads.
My advice tonight is get a good night's sleep and stay inside.
And many of those who did stay in were seeing new arrival Don Paul give weather updates.
Some people saw me for the first time that night, and in these so-called, they call them focus groups, said, hey, this guy's not bad. And so that storm really helped build me a foundation.
While Don Paul nailed the forecast for that ferocious storm, he and every other local meteorologist missed the mark 2 decades later on what we've come to know as the surprise October storm of 2006. Don realized his misstep just by looking out the window.
And I turned my head, and there was a big maple tree outside the window, and my mouth just said the words, uh-oh, 12:30, there's snow already accumulating on this tree. And I knew the forecast was in trouble. I didn't know how much trouble.
The lake effect storm destroyed thousands of trees across the region, knocked out power, and disrupted lives for days.
And so this was extremely heavy, soaking, slushy snow. And the weight of that and the foliage produced the devastation. And I was mentally devastated by that forecast.
Most recently, Don recalls the storm we call Snowvember. He says this one was not a surprise, but it was a narrow band that didn't move and just kept spewing snow.
Todd was here then, and we both were just watching this band sitting over the same part of our southern suburbs in South Buffalo hour after hour. And it was not something that was a surprise. No one 4 days in advance is going to predict 5 feet of snow. The science isn't there for that, but we all were forecasting enormous accumulations.
Snowvember, the surprise October storm, the blizzard of '85, and all the weather events that have affected so many lives in Western New York over the past 3 decades. And Don Paul, he was always there to tell us when the sun would finally break through.
It's been good, not just for my self-esteem, but knowing I made a little dent in people's lives. You know, I'm not a Nobel Prize winner. I haven't made huge contributions to the science, but just knowing a few things I did counted for something.
Oh, it's counted for a lot when I think of all the lives that you've touched on.
Yeah, I've had just a terrific run of a good fortune here for a total of 32 years, and so far no lynch mobs, no torchlight parades out there. One day left.
We thought about it a little bit. Now, you don't want to miss tomorrow night, because that's when photographer Rich Ursing and I will look back on Don's career, the whole of it, and why he came to Buffalo, and what Don wants us to remember about him, right? You're stirring up a lot of memories here.
Yes, and I used to be thinner and had more hair.
We all did.
Yeah.
We all did, Don. But please join us tomorrow night at 6. We'll have that for you then. And stay tuned. We'll be right back.